Shalom. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, great millstone, who were well. Peace and salutation, brother, hopefully like pushing his word of truth and sincerity. All right, with an article here, and it says from the New York Post, Quebec to impose health tax on the unjuiced residents. All right. So you can see this pretty much going on, in these other countries, these other nations. We're dealing with that, that thriller in Manila. Okay. Because they want everybody, juiced up. But ultimately, they want you to comply with what they got going on, okay? Because this is a part of their NWO. All right? Because we know that ultimately the end game is to have that charagma in everyone. All right? And once, like I said, it's a stupid plan, There's nothing smart about it. But hey, this is actually what they want. Total control. Alright. But remember, all roads lead to the charagma. Okay, from the whole the supply chain breakdown. And remember, this is not something that's just happening in Babylon the Great. This is a global thing. Okay, you got the wars, tensions between the different nations. Okay, you have so much going on in the earth, you really can't even keep up with everything. All right, but I'm go ahead and read this article here. It says the Canadian province of Quebec has announced that it will impose a new health contribution tax on people who are not juiced against the C19. All right. And you see, it says a health contribution. All right. All right. So it says we are working on a health contribution for all the adults who are refusing to get thrilled because they are a financial burden for all Quebecers. I guess is how you say it. Quebec Premier Francois Legault said Tuesday, according to Agence France Presse, whatever. Only about 10% of the residents in Canada's second most populous province are unjuiced. They are unvinessed, okay? But they make up half of all people in intensive care, he said. Now, I'm gonna continue before I say what I gotta say. Just over 85% of the residents had received at least one by January 1st, according to the federal data cited by the BBC. Now, when it comes to those hospitalizations and all this stuff, it's actually been proven that most of that is false when it comes to dealing with the unjuiced versus the juiced that are hospitalized. Because what they're not telling you is that most people that actually come in these hospitals are actually finessed. Okay, they have actually been, compromised. They done been poked. They done got the big pokey bear. All right. Moving on, it says Legault said Tuesday that the amount that will be collected has not yet been decided, but noted that it will be significant. So that means it's not going to be no $100 fine, no $10 fine, no $50 fine, no, it says it's going to be significant. Matter of fact, let's look at that word significant. All right, this is sufficiently great or important to be worthy of attention or noteworthy, having a particular meaning or indicative, of something. Indicative, that's what it is, having a particular meaning or indicative of something. But look at that first definition. Sufficiently great or important to be worthy of attention or noteworthy. So it's going to be something that's going to grasp your attention. Okay, that's why I said it's not going to be no $10 fine, no $100 fine, no $500 fine, or something like that. It'll probably be something like those who are unjuiced get a $10,000 fine or $50,000 fine, possibly $100,000 fine, jail time. It's going to be something that's going to as grab your attention. It's like I said, it's going to be noteworthy. Okay, it's going to be something that's going to be like, whoa, now that's what it means by being significant. All right, and it says, I think right now it's a question of fairness for 90% of the population who made some sacrifices. The GOG said, I think we owe them this kind of measure. He added, I feel this discontent with regard to the unjuiced minority, which all things considered clogs our hospitals. Well, there you go again. In total, 2,742 C patients are hospitalized and about 255 in intensive care in Quebec, which has about 8 million residents. Legault said people who have not gotten jabbed for medical reasons will be exempt from the tax. On December 30th, Quebec announced the return of certain restrictions, including a 10 p.m. curfew and a ban on private gatherings. Eric Dumais, the head of Quebec's Conservative Position Party, assailed the planned tax, saying it would only divide, which is true. You got to remember that's another thing that's supposed about this is putting the difference or the division between the unjuiced and the juiced, or the anti and the pro. Okay, Dominique Anglade, who heads Quebec's Liberal Party, called the tax a distraction, though she is in favor of mandatory taxation. Mandatory, Vanessa's. All right, that's about it on the article there. But they want to impose a tax. Okay, they want to. They call it a tax, but it's really like a fine, basically. Or it'll be something like. Basically you'll just pay more to do stuff, or pay more on, just whatever they decide to do. But anyway, I just thought that article was interesting, so I just wanted to bring that out. So let's get a couple scriptures on it. Let's see. This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they prescribe. All right, and that's what they do. They're literally writing a decree, an unrighteous decree, because to impose that type of tax on the people is a very unrighteous and grievous, decree that they prescribe and they write. But you got to remember, their job is to put hell on the people. Okay, and ultimately they're trying to put hell on Jake. They're trying to put hell on you tribes. Remember, you guys do have an enemy. We have an enemy. Okay, and your enemy wants to put hell on you. Everyone else of the other nations, or even their own people, they're what they call collateral damage. Okay, if they get caught up in it, hey, they just got caught up in it. But it's for you ultimately, Jake. They want to take you down. All right. Let's see, this is Psalms chapter 94, verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? And that's what they do, okay? They on throne of iniquity, okay? And they frame mischief by law, okay? They're constantly, doing whatever it takes to hurt people, constantly do whatever it takes to put hell on you. And they do it by literally writing in laws through legislation. That's how they do it. All right. So this is why you cannot trust them. Matter of fact, let's get the scriptures that say that. Which this comes out a lot, but you really can't say it enough because our people just don't get it. They don't understand. All right, Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. The Lord put us up on game. He let us know how to maneuver. All right. Never trust thine enemy. Never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So iron is gonna rust. Okay, it's guaranteed. Iron's gonna rust. It's gonna oxidate. It's gonna oxidize. Okay, when it's, especially when it's out in the elements, that's what it's gonna do. All right. So the same thing when it comes to our enemy's wickedness, it's going to show forth. All right, and no matter how much they hide it, how much they try to cover it up, they act like they good, so holy, so loving, so caring. Their wickedness is going to show forth. Okay, their true intent will show forth because they frame mischief by law. And matter of fact, they sleep not unless they've done mischief. Matter of fact, we gonna get that. This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked. All right, just so you can see who is it talking about. And go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. All right. So avoid the wicked. Okay. Don't go make a covenant with the wicked. Don't go along and join hand in hand unto the wicked. Avoid them. All right, don't even pass by. All right. Now that don't mean when you see an Edomite in the street, who you perceive to be an Edomite, that you literally don't pass by him, you don't speak to him, it's like, come on now, you got to use balance with it. You have to understand what it's really saying. All right. It's basically you're eschewing or you're avoiding evil. Okay. All right. But this is why, verse 16, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. You see that? They can't rest. You wonder why the wicked is constantly coming up with more and more wicked, evil things to do. To torture Jay, to put hell on you, okay? What they say we're trying to do, to send missiles to the moon. You blow up, send missiles to the moon. Detonating nuclear missiles. I mean, not nuclear missiles, but missiles out in the ocean, like cutting out organs out of animals. And man, I'm telling you, they cannot sleep unless they literally putting hell on you. So like how righteousness makes us happy and following out the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai is pleasing unto us. Wickedness and unrighteousness is pleasing unto them. Okay, their spirit is irritated if they can't do wickedness. Okay, just like our spirit is irritated to be around wickedness. It's vexed to be around wickedness, and the fact that things are so out of course, things are so out of order, things are just in such an unrighteous and wicked state. All right, but them coming up with these things like this is them framing mischief by law, and they have to come up with a way to put hell on you. Otherwise, they can't rest. All right. But this is just a quick video on that article. I hope you was edified. Shalom.